So it's Nightmare faction time. It's stage 12, but 10, 11, 12 are much the same. Let's have a look at the heroes, how we're going to conquer this, things to watch out for, things to be careful of, and champions you may not have thought about using before. Let's jump into the video. Hello, good morning, welcome. I'm Mystical, this is Misstical Gaming. We're back into Watcher of Realms, and today we're going over the Trial of Nightmare. So faction trials, Nightmare, stage 12, but 10, 11, 12 are the same realistically. So plenty you can gather from this that will help you in those if you're stuck on those. Let's go and have a quick look at it. Let's see what we're up against. Right, so this is the map info, and as we can see, defense is bigger than magic resistance pretty much everywhere with the exception of that last mob. So what we want to be doing is as much magic damage as possible. So the question is, where are we going to get that magic damage from? So let's go and have a look at the faction, and we'll have a look through, see who we can get magic damage on, because that's going to help us out massively. So you can have a look through the faction, and it is slim pickings for magic damage. A lot of the fighters there are some fighters that do magic damage, they aren't in this faction, so that's a bit of a non-starter for us. The only things we've got is we've got 1 3-star and we've got 2 epics. You've probably got a greed built out, and greed can be used quite successfully. There are a number of videos where he's being used. That's the 3-star. I wouldn't recommend building him up, to be honest. Greed you've probably got built up, so you could easily slot him in there and use him. Personally, I'm quite a fan of the virus. I just like him. I like the character, I like the way he's designed, I like the way he comes with the minion on his shoulder that he fires it. I just like him. So I would build up him, and he's single target, unlike Greed, who is AoE. However, that's not it for magic damage. There's someone else who does magic damage for us as well. Someone else in that faction. Someone else who doesn't get a lot of playtime. And they are more than useful. Well, I don't have them, which is a shame, because I think they'd be brilliant. But they don't get used a lot, and you don't see videos of them a lot. They are awesome for this. Let's go and have a look. Ajax, there he is. Look at that, he's doing magic damage, and look at that range, look at that range. That range is awesome. He is going to hit everything on that map, everything. That range is massive. The other issue you have is there's a mob that sits just out of range. It's a really well placed mob to actually make the run a bit harder. Ajax is going to hit that mob, and he's doing magic damage on that, and he's doing, I think he does magic resistance reduction as well. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So let's go and have a look at some of the issues we're going to be facing before we do our run. Right, we're going to need some range DPS as we go on in there, so let's gather up fighters who've got enough range, and then we can have a look at them to see how they compare, because there's a mob in there that's quite tricky, and it's easier if we play around with placement, and then we can have a look at the issue we've got. The issue is that mob there in the center of the screen. He causes a lot of people a lot of problems. Now, if you use Hassat, she can actually hit him, but remember, firstly, she's hard to get, and secondly, you've got an issue where she's doing physical damage. There's our mage, it misses. There's our mage, it misses. It really is a very well put together mob. Just sits there right out of range. And Ajax though, Ajax hits that a treat. Ajax will come across, and if we have a think about it of where Ajax's skill is, if you placed him on that second tile, that second platform there, he would hit everything. He goes 1, 2, 3 and 4 tiles out, and then 5 across, so everything coming down where those 2 mobs are, and the one to their right, he would clear all of that. Absolutely fantastic. If you got him, tell me how you're getting on with him. I think he would be brilliant. So there we go. Right, Lust can hit as well, so if you've got Lust, that's a possibility. There are other champions that can hit there as well, so that's our Lust. So there's Ares coming in range. Remember, Ares does defense reduction, so he's going to reduce their defense by, I think it's 20%, and that almost permanently stays on because he does it on his basic attack as well. So good champion to have, may very well come in useful for you for attacking that mob there. Not the only one. Now the MVP, Admiral Claw, he will pull that mob right in and into the path of other. There we go, look, boom, in. That makes it, if you've pulled Admiral Claw, use him, absolutely fantastic. arguably the best champion for doing 10, 11 and 12 without doubt. He just pulls that mob straight into range when the others are there, pulls them in straight to range, and when they try and run away, he then calls them again, pulls them back. Absolutely fantastic. So build up your Admiral Claw. He is an absolute godsend for running this. Yeah, absolutely brilliant champion for running this 10, 11 and 12 of the faction trials. There are a few others as well. So here's Arrogance as well. Now Arrogance has got enough range. If you've got an Arrogance, absolutely use him. Absolutely, he has got the range there to actually kill the mobs. Abomination has on his ultimate, but we're going to be using him in other places as well, so it's a bit iffy. Don't worry about it too much, but if you've got an Arrogance, I would use him as well. Absolutely fantastic champion for this. I don't have one, but got an Admiral Claw, that's a plus. So right, one of the other champions we can use is Salazar as well. So if we put down Salazar, we can put him down and we'll have a look at him. Now his range is only 1 tile. However, when he hits his ultimate, he does that burst where he flies around all over the place. So let's have a look at that. Here we come, ultimate coming up, almost there, and then he'll hit that mob to his right, our left, as we look at the screen. Trigger that, boom, there we are. Now if we go and have a look at the his range on his ultimate, let's flower that up, there we go. We can see the range for his ultimate. So think about, if you've got a Salazar, think about using him as well. He's another option for you to think, well, now I've actually got some range I can get in there. I've got this additional boost on his ultimate to actually be able to hit that mob. So that's another option for you on being able to hit that middle mob there. And that one seems to be the biggest issue with regards to how the fight pans out for everyone. So this is a team I've actually made up. I've got Power of Dominance off there, but you need to deploy 8 fighters, which can be a little bit much. So we've got a defender and we've got our magic damage, and the rest of them are fighters. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up placing our defender and our magic damage. Then everyone else will be fighters. Then at the end, just remove 2 people and chuck in a pair of fighters, and that would be you clear. But essentially, I'm not for removing stuff. So again, one of my favourite epics, especially epic tanks, Baron. Get him down there. I mean, Baron is awesome. He does a massive shield on himself, and he's got, I need to get myself out of the way. Sorry about that, so I should be far enough out of the way now. So we like Baron because he's got a nice shield that he puts on himself, and he's got the unyielding, which is also nice. Now I click the ultimate onto auto because I'm going to use it as soon as I've got his shield available, and I don't know if I'm going to be fast enough, so I just put it on auto and forget about it realistically. I take it off for Akira. I trigger her ultimate a little bit later than normal, just to give that second mob and the third mob time to start coming down. I don't think it's a big deal and probably won't make any difference. Once I've triggered hers, I put it back onto auto as well, because Baron is very close to either using his shield or he goes into unyielding. I can't remember which way round it is, but it doesn't make a big difference. Volker goes up behind him. We're now getting that healing coming in, so essentially that side is all taken care of and it's all good. I don't have to worry about anything now. The second part is the next phase coming over on that far side. Now we're just going to put down Abomination. I've got Abomination built more tanky than I have for damage because he's got to survive a good few hits up there. So we've got him built with a bit of HP and a bit more defense, that sort of thing. So he's not straight damage as people normally build him, straight up attack with HP percent and that sort of thing. So he's got a lot more HP than normal and defense. After that's another fighter going in, and then after that we then going to start with Navarus. We want Navarus and we want our magic damage coming over. Now Navarus will be able to do 2 ultimates. He's got enough time there to actually do it. So just be aware of that when we place him down, he will be doing his ultimate on the mobs coming down to protect Abomination, but he'll also be hitting that mob up there as well. So if you need to, you might have to put some more rage regen on there. I don't think I've got any on mine, and he seems to cycle around it fast. There's the first ultimate going in, and he's already attacking that mob. as well as the mobs coming down. But we've got plenty of time for another ultimate to come up, and that mob is well into the 50% down. Got another mob coming in now. I'm going to put down my Salazar to take on that mob. I think any old fighter would do, as long as you can do enough DPS, get rid of them before they start that march across that line. That line going down the screen there, that's the harder one to reach. So we'll have Salazar up for his ultimate soon, and we'll be able to kill the mob. There we go, that's pretty much the mob done. And then shortly we'll have the virus coming up as well. Now there's Admiral Claw, just makes life a lot easier for me. And then we can trigger off some ultimates and burn that mob down. The second one's gone, or the one at the top has already gone down because the virus got his ultimate back up, and he can fire off some more straw minions, and that is all good. Realistically, we are in a very good little place. The mob that causes a lot of people issues is almost down, and there we go, that mob is down. Now that's pretty much it. We're about halfway into the fight now, a little under, and now, but we've got everyone on the map that we need. We haven't had to take anyone away, and we've still got some other champions to put down if we require them. And we'll require them at the end, just to withdraw a couple, to put a few extras down, just so we can actually say, well, there we go, we've got the 8 fighters deployed, and that's essentially it. As the mobs come down, we can trigger off some ultimates. We've got Baron there. He's got a big shield. He's possibly got his own healing available. He's getting heals because Volker's there. I mean, there's plenty of DPS. They're not going to get past him. I don't think we're in any issues there whatsoever. So the last couple of bits are, we now have, what are we, 15, take those 2 away, that's 17 of 23, so that just leaves us 6 more to do. So we've got a group of 4 coming down from the top of the map over there, and they will come down the screen, but we've got ultimates all over the place ready to go, so this isn't going to cause us an issue. We've got the magic damage coming out as well. We now know that they're much more susceptible to the magic damage. They've got very little magic resistance, so those mobs get blown up almost straight away, and we're down to the last 2 mobs. So once the last 2 mobs are available, you can now start thinking, well, I know what those 2 are going to do. Salazar's ready for an ultimate pretty much, so we'll be able to trigger that off shortly, and then we've got some other mobs as well. We're getting rid of some of the fighters that we don't need, because we think, well, we just want to place the 8 down and the other 2 go down there. But I've still got Salazar there to use, and I've still got Admiral Claw, who will do the old dragon, and then we can kill them off without any issues whatsoever. There we go, pull them back. Just absolutely fantastic. Fantastic to watch him do this. I mean, if you've got him, congratulations. I don't see him getting a lot of play time anywhere, but he does make 10, 11, 12 so much easier. Again, I think an Ajax up there. Look, we've got 95, 96 coins available, and we've chucked down 2 fighters that we didn't need to put down. So if you've got availability of Ajax, get him in there. I know he's expensive, but 26, so he comes in about 8 more expensive than 8 more coin cost than the virus, but he would clear that whole area for you. Absolutely fantastic. So that was my run, quickly done. No great issues there whatsoever, I don't think. It's a nice easy run. It's not that hard. You've got to look out for some other things, but you do need to put good gear on your champions. Let's not mess around. This is stage 12 of the faction trials. You're not going to get away with putting level 12 gear on your champions. Right, let's chuck me back. Right, so here's champions and the kit I've got. You can see their stats. The skills are most of them are all done. Artifacts, I've taken the best artifacts I've got and put them on there. So if I've got them rolled up, they go on the champions. The skills for some of the older champions, like Salazar, I've had for a long time, his skills are mostly done up. My favourite champions I've done as well, people that I use all over the place, so she's been done up as well. Volker, absolutely brilliant. She's got her own artifact. There's her gear, and her skills aren't done up. I'm thinking about putting her in some more speed. I don't know how that would go with her. I think there's a possibility that would work well, triggering off the heal a bit more often. I think I haven't played around with it to see how it works. I think that's a definite possibility to consider. Here's Abomination, so there's his gear there, much tankier than normal, so he's got attack there, HP there, and yeah, defense on that one, so he's a lot tankier than I would normally build him, but he's required to survive quite happily by himself for a little while until we start getting some more DPS down there to help. There's the Admiral himself. His skills are hardly done. He just needs to be able to pull the ads down. Absolutely fantastic. If you've got him using Main, he's just a godsend for doing this. There's Wrath, PvP there. So there's Navarus. He's not in the best gear, but also the gear I don't think is terrible. He's crit rated, he's got some speed, and he's got some attack damage, and got plenty of attack on him. So that's how he's built out. There's Baron. Yeah, he's built out tanky. You're doing stage 12, you know how to build a tank. I think Gluttony's a definite possibility. If you've got one, he may well slot in there. If you could build him tanky enough as well in place of Abomination, or maybe in place of Baron. I don't really know. I haven't played around with him, but definite possibility, I feel, with that self-heal. Depends how quick you can get around to that ultimate to heal himself back up, and how quickly he takes damage and how much of it he takes. So, right. So that's me done. Thank you very much. I hope this helps you going forward with your Nightmare faction trials. There's a lot of champions there that are possible. Admiral Claw, definite MVP. If you've got him, use him, build him up. Don't need that many skills on him. I'll just chuck dust on him and he's working fine. I think probably even without dust, but you should have lots of that lying around. So I would use him, put some decent gear on him, and he can drag those mobs in for you and do a lot of damage for you. He's quite handy at that. Other people, I haven't got an Ajax. I think he'd be really, really good to use. Doing that magic damage all the way across there, he would be fantastic. So if you've got an Ajax, absolutely brilliant. I don't know whether the new one, Ymit, is it? The new Ice Dragon, I don't know the range on that, on whether he would come in and do much for you. I don't know, but maybe. But Ajax, definitely use if you've got him. I think very viable to go in there and start DPSing the mobs down. So right, that's me done. Thank you very much for your time. If you could leave me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe on your way out, that would be much appreciated, and I'll see you all in the video again soon. Cheers for your time. Goodbye.